What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. We're doing a playthrough today of Rattata. This is a replay of Rattata, actually, and we named our Rattata Splinter. I really should get 4 little Squirtles to come out and put them on my team and follow us around. So we named our Pokemon Splinter, and we also, our rival's name is Shredder. So yeah, that's what we named our Pokemon. So Rattata, man, this is a fun playthrough, I will tell you that much. I remember the initial playthrough, the quality is not bad. The link will be in the description down below if you want to watch the old video and see how the difference. So the reason why I do all these replays is because, one, I want a better quality video, one, also better audio quality video with music and stuff. And actually, now that I look back, the original one wasn't too bad. So it wasn't too bad when it comes to the audio. It's one of the few early ones that I actually got pretty decent audio out of. But now all the ones have the proper audio, so I hope you enjoy that. So Rattata, the mouse Pokemon, not called the rat Pokemon, they're mouse Pokemon. How did this Pokemon do? Well, you're about to see, but let's go over the stats of this Pokemon real quick. HP is 30, attack is 56, defense is 35, special is 25, and speed is 72. So pretty fast Pokemon. Pretty hard-hitting Pokemon attack, and also a lot of its moves. This is a Pokemon where the move pool synergizes very well with the Pokemon. It synergizes extremely well with its moveset, with its attack stat. So very good things with this Pokemon. I know it comes off as like this pesky little rodent you have to deal with early in the game all the time, and I get that, but it really is not. It actually is a pretty good Pokemon. So here's our second rival fight. The second rival fight, he's going to come out with a Pidgey. Pidgey is not a bad Pokemon. I actually played through with Pidgey recently, and if it wasn't for Agatha, it would have been a pretty good playthrough. So Quick Attack gives us move priority to go first, and it does pretty decent damage. It's a stab move with 60 base power with stab. So as long as we just hit him one more time. Oh, actually no, we got to hit him 2 more times. So we get very close in this battle, get down to 4 health, but we get 1 more Quick Attack to get the win. And then we move on to the Million Light Years trainer. And I decided to go back and save. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and fight the Million Light Years trainer. So we are at level 13. So we have not quite gotten the move Hyper Fang. So we're just using Quick Attack. And we're doing about a quarter to Sandshrew. Now this is where one of our weaknesses is we just don't have a high defense. So we get down to 6 HP, but it's okay. We did just enough to get by. And now we're moving on. Thank God we have Quick Attack. And now we move on to Wakanda Forever Brock. He's going to bring out his Geodude. Geodude the dude. And we're going to use Hyper Fang. Hyper Fang does about a quarter every time. Even with a little bit of boost to the defense, we're still getting him knocked out pretty fast. So now we have Onix we have to contend with. So Hyper Fang is something I forgot about. Hyper Fang is it does cause flinches if you go first. It can cause flinches, let me phrase that. I think it's like a 10% chance. So what Onix is doing right now, he's just lowering our defense so bad right now. And that's the problem. So that's the first attempt at Brock. I'm very surprised, honestly. And I was like, what? How do we lose? And we shouldn't lose to Brock. Brock should be pretty easy. We just got a little bit of random number generation, a little RNG. We just need to get better. So there's, like I said, it's doing about not quite a quarter, like 20%. Oh, we get a critical there, and we get the knockout. Very good. Now we're bringing out Onix. So Onix, Tail Whip, and it's just to lower his defense to make our attacks more effective. And again, now he initiates Bide, so Tail Whip is great for Bide. It's going to lower his defense some more, but also is going to make it so he doesn't accumulate any damage to deal back to us with Bide. So he's doing a decent amount of damage, but we get the knockout regardless because we get some flinches, we get some good criticals, and we get the knockout against Brock. Wakanda Forever. And then moving on to Route 3, these battles are pretty trivial. It's not like other Pokemon where we've like over leveled. We're level 15 and we're still higher level than everything else around us, so we're pretty powerful. And now it's just about PP management and getting through this part of the game. And I don't think we have to fight everyone. I think we fight most everyone, but we don't have to fight like every trainer out here because we don't need to. We're gonna level up just fine. This Pokemon's on the medium fast level up group. And as you can see, we're pretty much one-shotting everything we come across with Hyper Beam, or Hyper Fang. And yeah, so we fought one extra trainer there, my bad. It's a female trainer there, the last. But Hyper Fang is legit hitting everything with one shot and take it right out. So it's very powerful. So that's our, you saw our, our stats. We went over that. Also, let's go over the stats for Eradicate. So when we evolve, and we're getting pretty close to that, we're level 17. Our stats go up. Our attack stat is 55, HP is 55. Attack stat's 81. Defense is 60, 50 special, and 97 speed. So we did a nice boost when we get to level 20. Now we're in Mount Moon. In Mount Moon, we add Water Gun. So one of our two biggest weaknesses with this Pokemon is, one, we can't hit ground type for super effective damage. Even though we did well against Brock, we had a very powerful move against Brock, and it still didn't do that much. Only did 20% damage, and we were higher leveled with a way more powerful move. Okay, so now we have Water Gun, which anytime we come across a ground type Pokemon or rock type, we have something to compensate for that lack of being able to do a lot of damage to a rock type. Okay, so that's what we have now. So I went ahead and I usually don't put this on the screen, but I want to let you guys see, one, how many damn encounters we have with Zubats. Zubats are the most annoying thing ever. The fact that there's no repels early game should be arrested for that. Whoever decided there's no way to get repels early in the game should go to jail for that. Seriously. So Water Gun, even though it's super effective against Sandstream, doesn't do a lot, and that's because our special isn't very high. But we're going to mitigate that. We're going to find a way to get around that here soon. But we got to get to Celadon City before we can do that first. However, we're doing very well on Mount Moon. We haven't come across anything quite yet that has been giving us too many issues. And now we're going to fight this next trainer here. We fight a couple extra trainers in here just because I want to have a higher level set than Misty and whatnot. So once we evolve, we get a little bit better at the defense part, but not too much better. And Hyper Fang's a one-shot. Hyper Fang's a one-shot again. Yeah, we're steamrolling through this. Steamrolling through this game. So these extra trainers are definitely going to help. Because we're going to come against Misty. Now Misty, I'm not worried about Misty beating her. What worries me about Misty is just the fact we don't have high special. We have an okay defense, but we don't have a high special, and water special. So she's going to use water moves, so we could take a critical hit could knock us out pretty easily. So that's what I'm concerned about. So these extra levels are just to kind of compensate for a couple things we may come across here in a little bit. Not to mention we got a rival fight coming up as well, and I don't want to spend forever on that. So a lot of these playthroughs are about time management and also resource management. So one of the resources you have is like money. Okay, this is why I'm picking up these TMs. It's to sell stuff to get extra money. A TM that we can't use, we cannot use Mega Punch. Okay, but these picking up TMs and selling them for extra money, and we evolve into Eradicate, the mouse Pokemon. Still not the rat Pokemon. Doesn't make sense. It's not Mouse-8. It's Eradicate. It's in the name. It's in both the names. But anyway. So Quick Attack is actually doing pretty well still, even though it's not that strong of the two moves. Still doing well. So that just shows how well our attack stat, and our attack stat just got really boosted. So now we have this trainer in here. Now Water Gun, like I said, rock type, it's a one hit. Even though our special's low, even though we are not water type, it's not getting any kind of boost. It still gets the knockout, and we one hit knockout everything, OHKO everything. And we're almost through Mount Moon. We have 3 trainers left. And like I said, I never show this stuff, but I'm glad you guys are seeing how many times we come across these freaking Zubats in here. There's such an abundance of Zubats. It's very, very annoying. And we're going to go ahead and move through here, and we'll probably get another counter, at least one more. Nope. Okay, we already get one more. Zubat, the most annoying Pokemon ever. And we get against this rival here. This rival here is not hard. Like I said, not hard. The harder battles are coming, I promise. But as of right now, this Pokemon is steamrolling through the early game. We're at 20 minutes at the Super Duper Nerd, and we're going to one-shot everyone on his team. Maybe not the Coffin. Coffin's very bulky. Nope, we one-shot everything on his team. We grab the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. And we move on to Misty's Gym. So Misty's Gym is not, like, mandatory to fight right now, but it's good to fight her early, especially when you can learn Bubble Beam. So I'm trying to see how good or bad Quick Attack's doing to save power points. I don't know why I'm saving power points. I'm probably going to go heal right after this anyway. Hyper Fang is not quite a one-shot, but we get the one-shot there. Very good. And we come back here and fight Misty. So Misty, like I said, she's all special. Water Gun and Bubble Beam is what the moves she has. So Hyper Fang can one-shot the Staryu. Fantastic. Do we outspeed the Starmie is a question. We do, but we do not have a super effective move. Bubble Beam, actually, because it does X-Defend, we do very well. It took us 3 shots, but I'll take that any day. Well, first time victor against Misty? Yes, please. So now we're moving on to our rival fight. And like I said, his name is Shredder. So Pidgeotto comes out. Hyper Fang should be a one-shot. Very good. Abra comes out. There's no need to set up or anything, so one-shot, very good. Hyper Fang, one-shot on the Rattata. It got a quick attack on us. And then one-shot on the Bulbasaur. So our rival fight become very trivial. Very, very trivial. So this next part of the game is, I just like to show this because it's the best, like, cluster of experience you're going to get in the game. So we're going to level a couple levels here. And really, there's nothing we can get out of these levels. It's not like we're the next move. Like, what's the next move we can get? Nothing. It's just making us more powerful. And we have to fight these. A lot of mandatory trainers here. I don't talk about that very much. But there's mandatory and then there's optional trainers. The ones on the bridge, you have to fight. You cannot progress the game until you go through Nugget Bridge to get to Bill's house. Now, there are some non-mandatory ones you can face as well. And we face like one. That's just to get Elixir for the most part. But yeah, this is the route we have to go to get this done. Very good. And we have a couple more left. And I'm trying to, as best I can, not have to go back and heal that much. Which is one of the other benefits of this Pokemon. Is right now we have Hyper Fang, Bubble Beam, and Quick Attack. So Hyper Fang has 20 power points. Quick Attack's, I think, 25. Or it might be 30. No, Quick Attack's 30. I'm pretty confident it's 30. And also Bubble Beam is another 20 or 25 as well. So we have a boatload of power points. We don't have to go back and heal as long as we have enough potions. Which I need to do a better job of using potions more and healing less at the center just to save time. And if I've ever mentioned this before, we use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to set Raticate as a starter. Okay? If you ever want to play through on your own, it's pretty easy to do. Just Google Universal Pokemon Randomizer, take you right to their website. It does some good things. I'm tweaking with it a little bit because I'm about to go to Blue Pokemon Silver. We're almost through Pokemon Blue. I've still got some replays to do and some challenge videos to do, like a Versus series with Pokemon Blue, but I will start doing like my solo runs. We'll start going into Pokemon Silver, or well, probably Crystal. And there's reasons for that, why I'm doing Crystal instead of Silver. I usually like to play the game that I played as a kid, but there's a bunch of Pokemon that, I guess I'm pausing for dramatic effect here. There we go. Alright, we'll just move past her. There's a bunch of Pokemon that evolve in unique ways. Like, for example, if I were to play through with Poliwag in Pokemon Silver, I would not be able to get to Poliwrath until way after the Elite Four, because you can't get a Water Stone. However, in Crystal, they've made it so you can get a Water Stone or a Fire Stone or whatever. And so that would be the better play for me, honestly, is to do Crystal for those purposes. But you can also use the Pokemon Randomizer to do other things. And so we're moving on to this trainer here. This is the Rocket. I don't usually show him, but I want to showcase him for 2 seconds. And the reason why I want to do that is because we are about to get a very good move that's going to add to our repertoire, which I actually didn't use very often, but that's Dig. I didn't use it very often in this playthrough except for like certain specific types of battles. And you'll see what those are here in a little bit. So there's Focus Energy. We just want to not have that at all. And we get Sand Attack, so we have Bide still, I think, just in case. Nope, we got rid of Bide for Dig. Okay. And we want to face this trainer here. He has a Spearow. We take it to 0. No, we don't. Not one turn, at least. Now we take it to 0. It does 2 hit the Spearow. And then we eradicate the Raticate. Took 2 hits, so 2 hit knockouts for both of them. Tokos. And we move on to the SSN. Not a lot on the SSN, except for like a TM, a couple items, and a rare candy. But we also have to fight our rival. And we're also getting probably our best move for the run right here in Body Slam. What move are we going to get rid of? Probably Quick Attack. Yep. Keep that Hyper Fang for the, it's a more powerful move. Just keep it. Have 2 very powerful moves. Plus Dig, plus Bubble Beam. So now we are facing our rival. Our rival will be a cakewalk. 1 shot on the Pidgeotto. Is it a 1 shot on the Raticate? It is. 1 shot on the Kadabra? It is. Is it a 1 shot on the Ivysaur? It is not a 1 shot. It holds on just for dear life. And we take a whopping 5 damage. Beat him, move on to Lieutenant Surge, the Trash Man. And this will be like a really clean sweep as well. Body Slam, 1 shot, very good. Pikachu, Body Slam, 1 shot, very good. Pikachu has very low health, or low defense. And then 1 shot on the Raichu, very good. Lieutenant Surge never seems to disappoint at being a disappointment. And we move on to whatever route this is. I actually probably know that route. But we're heading towards Rock Tunnel. And this is the Wrapping Last. She usually can be tough. She usually can be a pain in the butt. But in this playthrough, she is not a pain in the butt. Because we outspeed, we have very powerful moves. and we're just knocking her out at ease. So now we're just at the point in the game where we're getting close to the mid game. Our move set right now is fantastic. The only thing we're missing really is one move to solidify what will end up being our end of the game move set. And we added Thunderbolt too. I didn't mention that either. And like I said, these battles are very trivial. They're not very difficult. And I'm just going to heal up here just to be safe. That way, if we black out, we don't have to go back even further. I probably, like, if I black out, I probably usually just save it or just go back to a save point. And we added a super potion right there. Very good. So now we're going to move around our repel so we can have easier access to them. And the Rock Tunnel provides you with some challenges, not for this Pokemon, but with most Pokemon. Because usually most Pokemon don't have the type coverage that we have so far. Like, we have a water move, so very easy to use against Cubone. We have an electric move to use against Slowpoke. Very easy. Not every Pokemon has that luxury. So a lot of Pokemon struggle in this part of the game because they don't have the type coverage that Rattata and most normal types actually have by this point in the game. Slowpoke, again, is Thunderbolt a one-shot? It is. So we have the ability to do that. This next Pokemon trainer here, we do not have the ability to do that with all of them. But Body Slam is a super effective move. It's doing very well. They're not weak to anything. We're just very powerful. It's a very powerful move. So like I said, we have literally something for everyone. We have another trainer coming up here in a little bit. His name's Boomer. And Boomer is a hiker. He's a rock trainer. He has a Geodudes and two Geodudes and a Graveler. Sorry, and all three of them like to explode. So the benefit of this Pokemon is if you have a move to knock them out before they even have a chance to explode, you do it. Bubble Beam is a one-shot on the first Geodude, one shot on the second Geodude, and Oko on the Graveler. We Oko the Graveler. So that's where the really nice type coverage comes in handy with this Pokemon. Is any other Pokemon doesn't have that water gun, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out fight, and you don't want to get that. And I actually run in front of this trainer here. Didn't mean to, but it is what it is. Thunderbolt's a one-shot. Rattata gets one-shot as well. Rattata gets one-shot again. And Bellsprout does not get a one-shot because we got in a rhythm there. So I waste about maybe 30 seconds here because I accidentally ran into this trainer. This is one of what I said earlier. There's mandatory and there's optional. This is an optional trainer. Like this one right here, you have to face her to get out of Rock Tunnel. But that was accidental, so maybe I waste 30 seconds on an extra battle. Not a big deal. And one shot again, and one shot again. So I try to cut out a lot of these battles because me just saying one shot and Oko over and over and over and over again kind of gets annoying. But I just like to show Rock Tunnel just so you know that I'm not skipping over that. There's no glitches being performed here. It's legitimate like the playthrough. So we're in Rocket Hideout. I decided to do this first before I faced Erica. And the reason why I decided to do that first is because we don't have anything super effective against Erica yet. I don't think I added Ice Beam quite yet. Or I did, and I'm just like, just being stubborn and not doing it yet. So this is another optional trainer that you can fight, but you do have to fight him if you want to get an item that is available to you. So the item that's available to you is, first off, there is a TM for Double Edge in case we need it, and there's a Nugget hidden there. So that's why I fought that trainer. I usually don't. I usually just avoid them, skip over it, whatever. But having that extra very powerful normal move I can add later if need be is very useful. So we're going to go here. We're going to grab some stuff. HP up. Very good. Go over here. Razor Wind. Very good. And now we're fighting this guy. He's going to drop his key. I don't know how you're fighting Pokemon and all of a sudden, oh my god, my key, I dropped it. but like I said, we power through this trainer very well. Now I will tell you at this point we've started adding some vitamins. We started adding some calcium so our special can be boosted. We have significant amount of special moves that we have. So Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, all of them are special moves that we are going to need in this game. Okay, so boosting our special, making it a little bit more powerful, making our weakness kind of more of one of our strengths is an important part for this Pokemon, and it's the maturation and success in this game. And we ran out of items, so now we gotta get rid of some items. And max potion, sure, why not? Let's just use it. We're gonna have to get more items later anyway, just for the record, because we're not gonna be able to do everything with with Giovanni and get all the stuff we need. We need to get Silph Scope, and we also need to get the there's a Super Potion behind him, but that won't take up a spot because we already have Super Potions. Now we're facing Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The first two Pokemon we knock out at ease. and we knock out the Sand Slash, and we move on to the Tweedledum. Tweedledum. Ekans is not going to be a threat at all. Body Slam for one shot. Sandshrew won't be a one shot. Oh, it will be a one shot, but if it was Sand Slash, it wouldn't be. Too high defense. And then Arbok, we do not one shot. However, we do knock it out. It's kind of weird that we can't one shot level 34 when we're like 10 levels higher. So now we face Giovanni. His Pokemon are very trivial. Water Gun on the Onix, Water Gun on the Rhyhorn, 2 up, 2 down. Do I get a one shot on the Kangaskhan? Do not. Kangaskhan, however, it just does Gar Spec. Amazing job, Giovanni. You're really an inspiration to how to fight battles for young kids everywhere. And now we're facing our 5th rival fight. Thunderbolt's a one shot on the Pidgeotto. Thunderbolt's a one shot on the Gyarados. We Water Gun the Growlithe. We one shot the Kadabra, and we one shot Ivysaur. So complete sweep of the rivals team. So now I've decided to go back and do Erica's Gym. Erica's Gym is not going to be super difficult. We have Body Slam. I believe we've also might have added Ice Beam at this point. We should have. If we didn't, yeah, we haven't added Ice Beam yet. So Bubble Beam has a shelf life that we're about to get rid of. We're not going to need Bubble Beam very long. It does not have like a long-term help. So like Bubble Beam is 60 base power. If you have a water type Pokemon, it's useful because it's 90 base power. It's very powerful. But even with a water type Pokemon, it's better just to use Surf or go to Ice Beam. Ice Beam's 95 base power, plus it can hit and attack a bunch of other things that water can't hit. So for the most part, why am I using Surf here? Cut. There we go. I usually cut these things out, but I don't know. I've been playing this a lot in the morning, so sometimes I get distracted by YouTube. So don't worry about those little battles. I'm just sitting there pausing. It does add time, so I think I should probably do a better job of like while I'm playing, just not be distracted. And again, we're doing it again. We're waiting, pausing for dramatic effect. Past JD just likes to really irritate future JD and really likes to mess up his voiceovers. But we're gonna face Erica here. Erica comes out with a Victory Bell. It's her first Pokemon. Gotta be careful. She can put us to sleep. She can paralyze us, poison us. But we almost one-shot this thing, but we get a two-shot. Tangle is very bulky, except for in that instance. And then the last one is Vileplume. Vileplume will be a two-shot, very good. She poisons us, not a big deal. We get to level 40. Splinter is leveling up to level 40, very good. So now we move on to Koga's Gym. So Koga's Gym is going to be a challenge. High special for a lot of the trainers in here. For example, like Hypno. Usually don't have to deal with that issue, but we have a low special right now. So we have to deal with this consistently. And the trainers in here, they're not bad because a lot of them are actually very low defense, so we can one-shot a lot of them. Just gotta be careful. If you get hit by a Psychic, it could wreck your momentum that you're getting. It also, I don't usually save around this point except for right before the gym leader. So my save point might actually be back before Erica, to be honest with you. So in there, we do not make the mistake of getting Super Fang. We skip over that and keep Hyper Fang. And we got this one less trainer here, and then we're gonna face Koga. Now I'm gonna take a drink of my drink real fast. And now Koga's coming up. So now here comes the problem with Koga. Koga, we have nothing that we can badge boost with. We also have nothing we can just one shot with. Okay, so Body Slam is a two-shot. We get poisoned. We don't have a lot of health. That wasn't one of our virtues with this. A high hit points. So it's gonna dwindle our health. What would help is if we could just one-shot everything or just do way more damage so that if you knock the Pokemon out, you don't take poison damage. Like right there, we don't take any poison damage. So we're getting it dwindled. So we get the last Pokemon every time, and we just don't have the ability to one-shot it. Dig does help because we can go underground. If we can do Dig again, but Sludge knocks us out. What I was hoping is he would go for Explosion. Okay, so we're going to try this again, and you're going to see that I think we try this 3 times, and we go for a different strategy. So when you see the end result of this game, just remember, I spent probably 3 minutes on this. There's a couple times where I wasn't paying attention. There's a couple seconds lingering, an extra 30 seconds on a trainer in Rock Tunnel. So those things add up, and they could add up to a much faster run, which I'm tempted to do in the future. I have a list of Pokemon I'm making where I can try to do an optimized run. We also spent a lot of time on Brock because we lost to Brock one time. So that's a factor as well. So there's a lot of those things in this game that it can make this even faster. What's crazy about what we're doing. And we lose again. And are we going to face it one more time? Or we're going to be stubborn. Okay. One more time. So we've wasted about 3 minutes in here. And yeah. He says he's the ninja trainer, but we're Splinter. We're ninjas too. Okay? So don't act like you're better than us, Koga. We're also ninjas. And we get poisoned again. And we get the knockout, but again, we're poisoned. Coughing we got to dig underground, so it's going to at least hit us one time. And the best case scenario is that Weezing explodes while we're underground, but he's not doing that. And he hits Sludge again. So after our stubbornness, I'm like, you know what? Let's just go to Cobra Kai. We're right at like a damage rounding threshold. We're going to get more damage per hit. We're very powerful, but we're just right on the cusp. His Pokemon are very, very good at defense. And so Cobra Kai is going to give us the ability to get probably about 2 or 3 more levels out of this. So we walked in, I think, at level 40, and we just leveled up with the last Pokemon, and we just leveled up again. And we got 3 more trainers here. They can give us enough threshold to get to at least 43, and that'll make Koga's gym a lot easier. Like I said, I wasted at least 3 minutes trying to fight Koga. Also wasted a couple minutes fighting these guys as well. So it took about 2 minutes. It takes about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to get through Cobra Kai, which I call Cobra Kai. The logo, honestly, it would be great if they just used an Arbok as the logo. It would fit very well into this game. I really should try to make that. I should try to commission someone to make like the Karate Gym dojo with like the Arbok logo or whatever. Because if you watch the show Cobra Kai, it literally has a cobra. Or if you watch like you don't have to watch the show. You can just go watch the old Karate Kid movie. So Cobra Kai, strike fast, strike hard. Cobra Kai. And we're fighting. Now I got a little scared here. I'm like, I might get knocked out. No, we didn't get knocked out. We did good. And now we're going back to face Koga again. So, like I said, wasted some time. It's okay, but now we're up to level 43. So what was like a damage round that was like a range now becomes like an absolute. It's not. It is an absolute on the muck. Very good. So now we're gonna one shot the first 3 Pokemon. It's like there's so much more wiggle room to deal with the Weezing. So the Weezing is going to be a 2-shot. We can take a Sludge. Even if we get poisoned, it's not the end of the world unless we miss Dig. But we get the knockout. We knock out Koga. We show him who the real Karate Master is. The better ninja of the 2 of us, which is Splinter. And now we're on to Blaine's Gym. So Blaine's Gym is unique in the sense that we don't have a lot of things that are going to be effective against him. Do we still have Bubble Beam? We still have Bubble Beam. So as soon as this gym is over, we get rid of Bubble Beam. I can promise you that. Bubble Beam really doesn't have a purpose here, but it is there in case we need to have something with a little bit more oomph to hit water types. What's crazy about water type moves is you are more effective against dirt and rocks than you are against fire type. So a lot of ground type Pokemon are dual typing of ground and rock. I'm sorry, a lot of ground Pokemon are also rock type and vice versa. So Water Gun is way more effective against grounds and dirt. It's going to make dirt muddy, and its ground's going to erode them. Or I'm sorry, rock is going to erode them. The dirt's going to be muddy, or it's going to make it muddy. But fire type, it's not that effective. It's not as effective as it could be with Bubble Beam or water moves. I've had some playthroughs where I'm like using a water move on a fire type, and it does a lot of damage. It just doesn't does nearly as much as other moves do. So got to get some PP back up, and we're going to try to use Water Gun with these battles. We're at 52 minutes, by the way. Look at that time. That is a very good time for this Pokemon right now. I'm pretty sure we are at this point like an hour and 20 minutes on the last playthrough. So we are pacing to almost, I wouldn't say obliterate this, but definitely going to beat the previous time. And I'll spoiler, we will. And you'll see how and why and when and where and what. And now we're facing Blaine, aka Dr. Robotnik on Sunfast. We one-shot the Growlithe. We don't one-shot the Ponytail, but we get the knockout. Very good. Rapidash, it's not a one-shot, it's a 2-shot. We get stomped, but it's normal type, so we resist it. Or it's neutral damage. And then we paralyze the Arcanine. So Blaine is a very easy battle. We get to level 47. And then we move on to our rival fight. We teleported all the way there. It was amazing. And our rival number 6 in Saffron City. So 2-shot on the Pidgeot. Gyarados should be a 1. He's super effective because he's 4 times weak to electric. That's why we one-shot him, but we won't one-shot the Pidgeot. And we're one-shotting everything here except for the Venusaur. But Venusaur only has Vine Whip, so that's all we're going to take. Very quick rival battle. We did very good. Now we're moving on to Giovanni. Giovanni, we're going to kick your butt today. Giovanni. And we're going to go for Body Slam. It's a one-shot. Very good. Kangaskdan comes out. We're going to use Thunderbolt. It's a one-shot. Very good. So that just shows you right there how high our special is. The fact that we're one-shotting a Pokemon with a move that it's special. So we've actually boosted our special pretty well at this point. We beat Giovanni and we move on to Sabrina. Sabrina will not be hard. She is Psychic type. All of her Pokemon don't have good defense. So as long as we can go first and we can hit with Body Slam, we're going to... her Whip. Sabrina and her Whip. We're going to one-shot with Body Slam the entire time. One knockout. Very good. Mr. Mime. Very good. Venomoth. Very good. Oh, not a one-shot. That's very amazing. And we get it's a range. So, and then one shot on the Alakazam. Very good. So, we clean sweep Sabrina. And now we should be going into Giovanni's gym. I only fought like 2 trainers in here. I didn't see the point in fighting a whole bunch of trainers. So Giovanni comes out with Rhyhorn. Ice Beam has been added. And it's going to one-shot his entire team. I think it one-shots the entire team. It's actually surprising. I mean, I think I remember this now. I don't understand how Nidoking tanks that, but what's her name does not, Nidoqueen. But now that I'm talking it through, I think I know why she was able to tank it. Nidoking was. Nidoking has better special than Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen has better defense, but Nidoking has better special. So that's probably why he was able to survive the Ice Beam, whereas Nidoqueen did not. Now we're on to our 7th rival fight before the league. Come out. Thunderbolt is not a one-shot with Pidgeot, but it is a 2-shot. We take a little bit of damage from wing attack. Not a big deal. It's going to come out with Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn, Ice Beam should be a one-shot. Very good. 4 times weak. Gyarados comes out. Thunderbolt, 4 times weak. Very good. Get the knockout. Very good. Growlithe comes out, and we should go for Body Slam. Very good. Get the knockout. Alakazam should also be a knockout. So we're steamrolling, and Venusaur's the last one. Will not get the one-shot, but nothing she does except for a critical hit Razor Leaf can do a lot of damage to me. We hang on with 9 health, knock her out with Ice Beam. We're moving on to Lorelei, the league. So we're doing very well. An hour and 4 minutes, and we just entered the league. Dugong comes out. We're going to do Dig. It's not a one-shot. Does a growl. It fails. Thank goodness. So we don't have any stats modified right now. Thunderbolt on the Cloyster. Ice Beam or Aurora Beam doesn't really do anything. Let's get a 2-shot. Very good. Thunderbolt on the Slowbro. Now Slowbro usually not a bad option to badge boost here, but I don't want to delete any moves because I need all my moves for the next portion of the game. One shot on the... I don't know why I went for Body Slam. I should have just gone for Thunderbolt. I don't know why, but get knocked out regardless. We beat Lorelei pretty handily, and she can be pretty tough. So we move on. We're going to give a little bit of stuff, full restore here to... and an elixir, and we're gonna go face Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's kind of he's just a hiker that stumbled upon the Elite Four, and they gave him a room, and I guess that's why we're facing him instead of someone else. But Ice Beam is a one-shot, very good on the Onix. Then Hitmonchan comes out, Body Slam, not a one-shot, but a 2-shot. Hitmonchan's got pretty good defense. I'm just now realizing that. Thunderbolt is not a one-shot. It gets close. Mega Kick does not a lot of damage at all. Onix comes out. Ice Beam will be a one-shot. And then we just got to beat the Machamp. Body Slam on the Machamp is about half damage. Our stat just got boosted there. Our attack stat. Even though our defense went down, our attack stat went way up whenever he did Leer. So now we're on to Agatha. Now this is exactly why, for the longest period of time in this game, I hung on to Dig. So Agatha comes out. And we're going to have to face Agatha's Ghost type. The Agatha Lottery, she can paralyze you, put you to sleep, poison you, confuse you. So we're going to Dig, we outspeed, it's a one-shot on the Gengar. Okay? And then we use Thunderbolt to 2-shot the Golbat, so we didn't do a badge boost, so Haze did nothing. We're going to do Dig again on the Haunter. We should knock it out in one hit. We knocked out the Gengar, we definitely should knock out the Haunter. Thunderbolt on the Arbok, should have gone for, honestly, should have gone for like Body Slam or something. More powerful. That's a stab move. And Thunderbolt gets a knockout anyway. And then we defeated Agatha. Very easy fight. And so now we're pretty much we're preparing to go on to fight Lance. Now Lance has Dragon-type Pokemon. It starts off with Gyarados. So Gyarados is great to start off with because we have Thunderbolt. So we're not too concerned about it. We didn't take any damage against Agatha too. I just realized that. So I was thinking about adding a move. So we don't need dig anymore. So that was the strategy, is once we get by Agatha, we can use Mimic now. So Mimic can actually help us do the badge boost glitch. And right now I'm contemplating, do I want to add PP up to a move? How good is Ice Beam doing? It did pretty well there. And we're going to add it to, I don't know why we're adding it to Mimic. There's no point. You're only going to badge boost for 3 moves. And Elixir. Okay, just restoring my Elixir. Alright, so here we go. Let's go ahead and fight Lance and see how this goes. Lance usually isn't very difficult of a battle, because we can Thunderbolt and knock out his first Pokemon. Very good. And then with Dragonair, we're going to Mimic Agility. Now, Agility is going to give us the ability to badge boost. I misclick here. That's what happened. I remember now. So we get one turn to get at least one Agility in. And we should have gone for Ice Beam after that, but I misclicked again and went for Agility again. So we probably would have swept the team with that. So we're going to do this again. So we're going to go ahead and teach a Mimic. We may not even have to, honestly, but we're going to teach Mimic regardless, just to make sure it's for certain. Don't want to waste time on the clock trying like multiple attempts at this when we just go for what I know is the for sure viable strategy that's going to work. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so Lance brings out his Gyarados. This is the foregone conclusion, unless we get a Gen 1 miss, one shot on the Gyarados. Very good. Dragonair, Mimic, Agility. Okay, so kind of capitulating a little bit to us. He's going for Agility. Slam does nothing. And then Ice Beam is a one-shot. Very good on the first Dragonair. The second Dragonair is an Ice Beam, one-shot. Aerodactyl comes out. Ice Beam could do a lot, but Thunderbolt will do better. And we don't want to level up here. And an Ice Beam should be a one-shot on the Dragonite. Very good. We sweep Lance and his team. We wouldn't have misclicked last time. You saw how easy that would have been. If I just clicked on the right move, we probably would have knocked it out and saved ourselves at least another minute, just resetting everything. So now we're going to add Blizzard to the move pool. Replacing Ice Beam and Power Up. I probably should have done that before this battle, but Ice Beam is more reliable, so a boost in the stats it's not much of a difference. So now we're just saving, and we're going to go and face our rival. So this is our final rival fight, the champion fight. Here we go. Let's do this. So rival comes out with Pidgeot. Okay, Thunderbolt is a one-shot. We actually get the one-shot range this time. Alakazam, we outspeed and Body Slam, very good. Rhydon comes out and a Body Slam. I'm trying to get him to do a little bit of badge boosting for me. So this is a common strategy that I use, but other YouTubers have done it too. If you let Rhydon do enough moves, he'll randomize his moves and he'll do like a Tail Whip. We just did. That Tail Whip boosts my attack stat by 12.5%. So it does the badge boost for me. And by letting him do that, now it makes my attack stat and everything very powerful. And now I have Venusaur as my final Pokemon. So Razor Leaf does a decent amount of damage. I should have not gone for Blizzard though. I could have missed and he could have Razor Leaf me again and beat me. But we beat the rival. And now we're just tapping through to get this done. It's not going to get done in under an hour and 10 minutes. It's very close. It's like we're off by a couple seconds. But we get timed in. 68, very nice. And the timer the thing play through for a couple seconds there. But we get this done in an hour and 10 minutes and 7 seconds. So, for a reference point, the original playthrough I did of this was an hour and 47 minutes. Okay? Hour and 47 minutes at 4 times speed compared to an hour and 10 minutes on 4 times speed. Fantastic playthrough, fantastic result. It's a fantastic. It's showcasing the reason why I'm doing all these replays. Just like when I did Pidgey, just like when I did Butterfree and Beedrill, the Pokemon are significantly getting better times because just having more knowledge of the playthrough is really helpful to the playthrough. So yeah, it's very fun. I really much enjoyed this playthrough. I wasn't surprised. I did predict it to be about an hour and 20 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes was the highest level optimization or optimism, I should say. But if you look at it, we spent a couple minutes dealing with Koga. We spent some time dealing with Brock. So we could, if really like push came to shove and I wanted to, I could probably get this down even lower. But I'm probably going to continue with my replays and maybe I'll revisit this. I have a list of Pokemon written down that could I get them under an hour. And there's a couple Pokemon I haven't played through as that'll definitely get done in an hour. I will bet anything I own that Mewtwo will get under an hour. Okay, there's a couple other ones too. I think there's some possibilities for Mr. Mime, some possibilities for Lapras, maybe Vaporeon as well. So there's a handful of Pokemon out there that are definitely going to have the possibility to get their runs under an hour. This Pokemon probably, maybe with like the most optimized stuff ever, probably could. But I'm very happy with this result, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How good was your prediction? Mine was off by, the optimistic one I was off by 5 minutes, but the realistic conservative one I thought was 10 minutes off. So, you know, not very good. But there is another playthrough coming out this Friday. It's for Horsey/Seadra. That playthrough is pretty rough. It's pretty rough in the early part, so make sure you check that out. Everyone have a good one, and see ya.